The final home pregame thoughts of the 2023 season, the final home game for the Padres this year. Michael Wacha on the mound for the Padres, facing his former team, one of his former teams. He used to play for the Cardinals, obviously, was huge at the beginning of his career. So we'll see how he does against the what is now not as talented St. Louis lineup. I mean, Nolan Arenado's not in there. It's this Cardinals team right now. It's just limping towards the end of this season, and it's been that way for a good amount of time here. And their starting pitcher today, Drew Rom, I believe is his name. Never heard of the guy. This is just the classic team that's not in it, giving someone a shot in September at the end of the season. It's someone that will give up runs. So hopefully the Padres can put on a good offensive performance for the fans, who probably will have another sellout today. Last home game of the year. I think they got their 60th sellout of the season last night. So Padres fans, again, props to you continuing to show up this season. I know a lot of it is season ticket holders, but still, that's a lot of season ticket holders, record numbers for the Padres, and it's unfortunate, obviously, as I have said, that this Padres team has not been able to reward Padres fans and come anywhere close to those expectations and become a postseason team. That just didn't happen this year. Manny, he is not in the lineup. And if you would have told me that at the end of the year, the Padres were going to have Matthew Batten, Eggy Rosario, Jose Azocar being in this lineup, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But that's where we're at. I mean, some guys are hurt, right? Manny's hurt, obviously. He's still playing. Crony's hurt. Grish, he's just struggling offensively, and so they're going to have Azocar play here a little bit. But yeah, I was obviously at the beginning of the year thinking that things were going to go a whole lot differently than they did this season. But I mean, like I said on my post-game reaction last night was a good summary of this season. Not being able to win in extra innings, not being able to win close games, not being able to convert with runners in scoring position, come through in those big moments. Some of the big guys in this lineup, the big four, not doing enough. And that's what a lot of this season has been. So we'll see what hopefully good memory can come from today's final home game of the year. My underdog fantasy pick, Michael Wacha, higher on 15.5 pitching outs. So I think he can get at least to 5 1/3. Some of his past outings, he hasn't been able to get through 5, but I think he'll be able to. It's the St. Louis Cardinals. I know Matt Waldron, it's a different scenario because a different situation because Matt Waldron has the knuckleball, and that's much different than like Michael Wacha's changeup, for example. But Wacha does have an outpitch, and it's not as talented of a St. Louis Cardinals lineup than it was at the beginning of the year. Wilson Contreras, Nolan Arenado, they're not in there. So we'll see if Michael Wacha can take advantage of that. Post-game reaction coming up after the game. And then when I get home, a live show just talking about anything you want about the Padres and this Padres-Cardinals series. So see you then.